Today is a sad day for me, as it's the first of two funerals that I'll be taking this week for women who were valiant members of our church at Beulah. Today we say our farewell to Lorna Harris. Lorna has been a member for some years, and I well remember her when she joined me for the trip into the Holy Land a couple of years ago. We had a wonderful time, and I told the story there of the Russian pilgrims who used to travel to the Holy Land at Easter and would make their way to the River Jordan. Part of the equipment they brought with them from home in Russia was a shroud, and they would be baptized in the River Jordan wearing this shroud. They'd come out, try it out, and they'd take it home, and when they died, they'd be buried in this shroud. Their pilgrimage was a preparation for death, and we know that Lorna was well prepared for death. She had confidence. When I last spoke to her on the telephone when she was in hospital, I reminded her of Psalm 23 and prayed with her that God would carry her through the valley of the shadow of death. And we said the Amen together in sure and certain hope. On Friday, we will be paying our farewells to Yasmin de Quadros. Yasmin was a member at Beulah from the very years of my ministry, probably 1988. And together with Ollie and Shelley, we will be saying goodbye to her. But we're not saying goodbye forever. We know that God will reunite us and that we shall be together one day. We don't say goodbye with a sense of no hope. We do mourn, we do feel, we do love our dear sisters, but we will see them again. And our hope in the gospel tempers all our mourning. And on Friday I'll be sharing us reading from John Donne, Death Be Not Proud, because the last enemy has been overcome, as Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. The last enemy to be destroyed is death, and Jesus, through his death, has already destroyed the power of death, but one day we will share fully in his resurrection. Today I want to remind you of the story that Jesus told in Luke chapter 15. There he says, "Supposing one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and goes home. Then he calls his friends and neighbours together and says, 'Rejoice with me. I have found my lost sheep.'" There's three places that sheep was found in. It was lost. And the farmer goes and looks for it. Then he finds it. It's found. But he doesn't stay there in that place of lostness. He brings the sheep home. And so finally he gathers his friends and neighbours and says, "Rejoice with me. That which was lost has been found. It's been brought home." When we say farewell to our sisters, we must remember they've gone home ahead of us. They've away from us, but they're with the Lord. And our destiny, together with them, is to be gathered to the Lord together. Whenever I've been on foreign trips, I've enjoyed the hospitality and the friendship of people, but I love the moment when I come home. There's nothing like home, is there? There's no place like home. And so we do not bury our dead with a sense of despair, but a sense that they're away from the body but home with the Lord, and for them it is far better. And so we hear the voice of Jesus say, "Rejoice, that which was lost has been found, that which was far off has been drawn near, that which was astray has come home. Through many dangers, toils and snares I have already come. 'Twas grace that's brought me safe this far, and grace will bring me home." Let's thank God that we have this hope, and pray for these two families in the coming days, that they will know the consolation of the gospel, that he died for us to break the power of death. He was raised so that we will be raised with him one day. His resurrection, the foretaste of the general resurrection that we all look forward to. May God be with us today. May God be with you. And let's rejoice even in the midst of sorrow.